We'll start the meeting. All members are present. This is a special meeting of the Board of Selectmen, and we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. So, pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. All right. All right, we will start, even though it's a special meeting, we do have comments from the public, and we have Jess who has her hand up. We'll do online first and then we'll come in the room. I can run the meeting if you want. Yeah.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, is this Jessica Callie?
Yes, it is. Sorry, I'm on my tablet, so it doesn't say my full name. Sorry. How are you?
Good.
So there was just really one thing. I mean, I'm here mainly to listen for number 44 on the appointment list. But and again, what I'm about to say really is up to Jane. And there may have been a side convo on this already, and it's up to Jane ultimately. I would like to see her referenced as a select woman, not a select man. However, that's up to her, and that's up to how she wants to.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
Okay.
Select person, select woman.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I've chosen to go as selectman.
Okay, that's fine. Good.
No,
Because I'm a human.
yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So, selectman is fine.
Selectman is
Okay.
me, yes,
Awesome.
yes. Just as,
Okay.
as a human being, I'm a selectman, but you don't have to make it select man.
Right.
All right, great. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else online? Dave LeMay, Mark Ciliano, Nancy Walsh. If you'd like to say something, raise your hand. If not, we'll turn. Jessica, you could maybe unraise your hand.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Got it.
That's quite all right. Okay. In the room now. Comment. Mike.
Yeah, I don't see a name for an emergency management.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
Okay.
Yep. Tom or Renee or Jackie.
No.
Okay. All right. Comments from the selectmen. First of all, why don't we go online? Scotty, do you have anything that you'd like to comment?
Well, simply welcoming Jane to our board. We look forward to a positive and strong relationship over the next few years, and congratulations on earning this spot, and we look forward to being partners.
Thank you, Scott. Really appreciate that.
Jane?
Yeah, and I'd like to echo that. I'm very honored to be part of this board, and I'm certainly going to make sure I do all I can to work collaboratively with both of you and all the people of the town. So really looking forward to it, and I hope I can bring some talent along with me.
Okay, thank you. So I would also like to welcome Jane. I think the learning curve for Jane will be minimal because you're highly experienced in government. I know you're on the Board of Ed. You were on Park and Rec. Very involved in the community, and I anticipate that you're just going to jump right in and be have substantive things to say in the conversations, and I expect that.
Thanks, Carl.
Yeah, no, I look forward to it. This Steve Gernhardt, Carol Conklin, Matt, and now you. Welcome, and I'm happy you're on. I look forward to working with you. I see you a little bit in other events and socially, and I look forward most to seeing you in Colonial Wear on December 13th, or whatever it is.
Right, for the torchlight. Here we go.
Yes.
And I'll have to work on
Couple things. Veterans Day, very nice ceremony out on the town green that the schools organized. That ceremony focuses on the schools and the school kids and their thoughts on Veterans Day and what it means to them. And it's a terrific event. It's put together by the schools. They do all the heavy lifting, and it was cold and windy. So I want to thank not only the superintendent, but the new assistant principal, I think at Goodwin. I want to say the gentleman's name is Peterson.
Kevin Anderson.
Anderson. He did a wonderful job. So I just want to mention that. For budgeting, for budget process, Leanne and I will be meeting very shortly with all the department heads. So Leanne and I initially do these meetings in December. And we talk to them and kind of go over their budget, see what the ask is, see if there's any capital projects. And then we roll those meetings out in joint meetings to the Board of Finance, joint meetings with the Board of Selectmen and Board of Finance. These are preliminary meetings. We're really loading up on them the first week in December. So, and then they will become documents that both the Board of Selectmen and Board of Finance see, that will ultimately be the Board of Selectmen recommendation to the Board of Finance in late February. The probate court upstairs, we have been doing a project for 6 months now anyway, where the probate court, if you're familiar with the probate court upstairs, they're moving from across the hallway to where the building official is. That move is scheduled to fully take place on this Friday, which is exciting. That means the fire marshal's office will be across the hallway where the probate court currently is. He will occupy the office where the judge currently sits. Yeah, so and if you look at where the probate court is right now, there's a lot of room in that office. So we anticipate having 2 desks in there, one for someone who will be in accounting and one for the fire marshal admin, which is a part-time position. There'll be a lot of space there. And I talked to Larry Hayden about it today. And just so you know, it may also be another meeting room. We may put a conference table in there, put a TV on the wall, just to give us another alternate space. It is not infrequent that we need additional space. If in a pinch, it could probably host a small public meeting. It wouldn't be a normal set of circumstances for a meeting such as this, but maybe staff at night, meeting with a consultant, and it's a Zoom meeting and no other rooms are available. We are frequently in the cafe downstairs. So there is need for space, and this move, in addition to being good for the probate court, coincidentally, seems to be very good for the town. It's going to really optimize our town hall space use. Speaking of the fire marshal, he will start December 1st. The new fire marshal is a gentleman named Nelson Wang, Hwang. He has been a longtime deputy in Hamden, Connecticut. Yes, he's coming from Hamden, where our current police chief also comes from. Highly experienced gentleman, came highly recommended. We did interviews. In fact, we did 2 interviews with 2 different candidates. And he was a very strong candidate, and we look forward to working with him starting December 1st. As many of you know, Jane, I'm sure you're aware, Scott, I've talked to you about this in the past. There is a new housing bill that is going to be passed it has been passed, and the governor is very likely to sign it because after vetoing 5002, CCM, and I'm on board of both CCM and Cost, got in the room and negotiated something that the towns felt was a little bit more palatable, and that is the result of that is HB 8002. Is it perfect? No. Maybe is it a little bit top down? Yes, but I'm not going to editorialize on HB 8002. I think it's a much better bill than 5002. It's going to be signed by the governor. So we're going to live with this, and we're going to do our best to comply with it. I think Old Saybrook's in a really good position anyway, and we are currently working on the possibility of having some additional housing. We're not waiting for this bill. We are actively at work doing some housing investigations. So this bill limits the amount of on-street parking. It takes away the what was called the fair share housing goal. And it cedes a little bit more control to the local councils of government rather than just a statewide bill. So we look forward to working with the COG on this. There will be money that goes to the COGs to help them with the implementation of this with their towns. So we'll see how that moves forward, and that will be, of course, a longer term goal. I think there's going to be a 10-year outlook or lookout for this bill to see where we are in 10 years with goal setting along the way. Two other things quickly. We did also receive a grant, kind of was under the radar a little bit, for I think about $175,000. And it is to, if you've been in these meetings enough, many of you have heard me talk about municipal solid waste trash. For years, probably for 10 years, I've been talking about it and how we are losing options and the cost keeps going up. We're currently paying about $140 a ton to get rid of municipal solid waste. So there's been a concept out there, and we flirted with it probably 7 or 8 years ago, called unit-based pricing. And unit-based pricing can be very controversial. Not going to tell you it's not. And the goal of unit-based pricing is increased diversion of organics. Food waste is very heavy. This would only apply to the transfer station, just so you know. Food waste is very heavy, and by some accounts for 20 to 40% of what we throw away at 140 a ton. So if you're able to divert more food waste, you can see that the cost, and we pay per ton, the cost of your tipping fee will come down on an annual basis. In the past, a lot of these programs have simply been to say, okay, we're going to do it. And that involves buying 2 colored bags. We've all heard this. So the bags cost money. And like the green bag might be for your organics. And when you throw that away at the transfer station, it's free. When you throw away a yellow bag, let's say, that's full of other trash, that's what you're paying. I think that's the bag you pay for. So anything that's organic is technically free to get rid of, and anything trash related is not free to get rid of. Our transfer station is free. This would potentially implement a fee on the disposal of non-organics waste. Now, before we go any further, the grant is in 3 stages. The first stage is education. And we have to put together a committee, probably 5 people who will undertake this with assistance from a consultant. The consultant is being paid by this grant. We do not have to go any further if we don't want to after the first part. And we can stop at any phase along the way, whether it's a second phase, third phase, and say, this program is not for us. We simply won't get the rest of the grant, and it'll be returned to DEP. This is the right way to go about this program if the town is interested in implementing it. Reducing waste has been something that I have been talking about for years. The cost of waste going up has been something I've been talking about for years. The trash crisis in the state of Connecticut, I've been talking about for years. And this may be something that we can do to actually reduce the cost of our tipping fee on an annual basis. So that's what I'm going to say for now. Now, it's a reimbursable grant. What that means is it has to go through the Board of Finance and town meeting before we can spend $1. So at our next meeting, I'm going to put this on the agenda to recommend to the Board of Finance that we accept the grant. That way we can spend the money, and then what we spend, we get reimbursed. If it was a grant that we just received the money, I typically don't go to town meeting because we're not spending our money.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll bring that before the next board. I just wanted to, and I'll send you some information on this. I'll send you and Scott some information on this. Lastly, construction in town. I'll apologize here at a public meeting for the construction that is happening on the west side of town. I drive by and check it out every day. And, what's happening out there right now is prior to us being able to do sidewalk work out there, the sidewalk grant that we received to go from the Dairy Queen to the Westbrook Town line, we have to do some drainage work out there. So this is the subcontractor of our sidewalk contractor doing the work, and it was supposed to take a week and a half to 2 weeks. Here we are in week 3, and they're gonna have great weather, it looks like, the rest of the week. I'm optimistic that they will finish. And then the sidewalks will start after that, but they should not take up a full lane, so it shouldn't be down to 1 lane of traffic. It's horrible, and I've had a couple local businesses call me. And, so I've had to talk to some of the business owners on this, so, it's been bad. I tried to get out there today, I turned around just to look at it. And then, of course, on Main Street, that construction is less invasive. I think that is being handled pretty well. I don't see any backups on that. And that is for the 3 crosswalks, we will be putting in rapidly repeating flashing beacons so that you can press a button. It will definitely make Main Street safer. And this is for 14 years. I've had people talk to me about how unsafe Main Street is, particularly at night, as you're trying to cross what they call a mid-block crosswalk that has no markers on it, other than what's on the ground. Obviously, Main Street is a straightaway, people speed. So, I was in Florida at a conference last April or May, and we crossed a 4-lane highway, and we had these rapidly repeating flashing beacons. People stop because they see them. And aesthetically, it may not be ideal, but it will make Main Street safer. And I think that is something that people have been really talking about for a very long time, and people have gotten injured. That has also happened. So those are my comments. I don't know if Jane or Scott has any questions on any of those items. We can take them up at the next meeting too. Good. All right. Scott, minutes from October 28th, you can obviously move or second, but you wouldn't vote.
I'm happy to move those minutes. I read them and I moved the minutes.
And I'll
as,
second that. I'll second.
I'll abstain.
Any comments or questions? Scott? Nope.
No.
Okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye, aye, and 1
Aye.
abstention. Okay. All right. Business before the board, Youth and Family Services Ordinance Revision. This is very minor ordinance revision. Get to it. So an ordinance revision actually has to go to a town meeting. It just, all it does is increase the potential number of student reps from 2 to 4. So I'm gonna make a motion to put this on the table. And is there a second for that? Prior to discussion? Okay. Scott, seconded by Scott. And what we'll do is we'll pass it. Next time we have a town meeting, I'll put this on the town meeting and it'll go to a town meeting.
Oh, it does, okay.
Yeah, ordinances have to go to town meeting, typically.
And that can't happen on the coming one,
I'm sorry?
the one that's coming up on Monday, the 24th?
No, it will not be on that
Be able
one.
to be-
Nope, that had to be advertised. So it'll be probably January, next time we have a town meeting. Actually, it'll probably be on the same one where we do the unit-based pricing reimbursable grant.
Okay.
So that probably won't be until the new year. I don't think there's any crazy urgency to this, but, why don't we vote on this and then, once we vote on it, the way we'll get it to a town meeting, we'll be voting on a call of the town meeting and then it'll take it to the town meeting. So, unless there's any further comment or discussion, all those in favor of the ordinance revision signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. I think that was it with youth and family, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then, I think as an FYI, they did a bylaw revision. And, I think that's just an FYI for everybody here. And what they want to do is increase the student members, so, those are the bylaw revisions. But that is voted internally by youth and family. All right, so that's been moved and seconded and voted. The next one is the meeting schedule for the Board of Selectmen. We, for a long time here, well, I'm gonna move it. Is there a second? Yeah, well, we'll have discussion.
I'll second for you. Yeah, go ahead.
Yep. Go ahead, Jane.
Everything looks good. Just is it up for debate at all for the 6 o'clock meeting? Could that be earlier or is that not for debate?
Can be earlier. Would you prefer earlier?
I would appreciate it if it's
Like
possible.
what time? 5?
5:30, whatever works for you.
Why don't we Scott, can you do 5?
That would be fine.
All right, so the Board of Selectmen 2026 schedule will be the second Tuesday of the month, an 8:30 meeting, the fourth Tuesday of the month, a 5 p.m. meeting. All right. All right. With that, you'll make that amendment to the motion?
Yes, I'd like to amend that we start the fourth Tuesday meetings at 5 o'clock.
Okay. I'll second the amendment. All those in favor of the amendment? signify by saying aye, and then the motion's been moved and seconded as amended. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay. Very good, thank you. And then we have the town holiday schedule. I'll move it. Is there a second?
I'll second.
I don't think there's much to discuss here. These are typically union holidays in their bargaining agreement. Any questions? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, move on to appointments. Acton Public Library, if you don't, without objection, I'd like to group the ones that are together, like APL, which is 1 and 2. Is that okay, Scott?
That's fine with me.
Okay. So I would like to move for the APL numbers 1 and 2, Al Bundonis and Marianne Iadarola. Is there a second?
Second.
Any comment or discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. With regard to regular members of the Aquifer Protection Agency, and of course, these are the same members as inland wetlands, I would like to move 3, 4, and 5. Colin Heffernan, Anna Gabry, and Jay Kulowick, who is currently an alternate, to regular members on number 3, 4, and 5. I'll move that. Is there a second?
No, second.
Seconded by Jane. I asked Colin, he was willing to take on that role again. Anna Gabry is a little bit newer, and I went upstairs and talked to Lynette and Chris Costa about Jay and Anna, and they all were like, very good. We think that's a good board. So Anna's been apparently a great member. I've never met her, but she's younger, which is nice. I say that. So it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, so we're through number 5. So there are 3 alternates. Here at the moment, we only have 1 nomination, and that's Linda Kiefer. And so I'll make that.
Wait,
What?
is that for Aquifer?
She'll be on Aquifer and in
Okay.
wetlands.
Okay,
Yep.
right, I didn't have that.
Yep. So as an Aquifer Protection Agency alternate, I'll move Linda Kiefer. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Jane. I'll tell you what, for purposes of this, why don't we keep the motions and the seconds in the room? Why don't we do that? That'll be that because there's a delay. And all right, So, as I understand it, Linda is George Cheng's wife, so, and I have met her a few times and comes highly recommended, so, it's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. And we will, right now, well, I'll talk to, Chris Costa, and obviously I'll talk to the DTC and RTC chairs about other alternates.
Thank you.
ARB, we have one, and this is Teresa Watford, who is currently an alternate. So what's happening here is Tina Rupp is coming off. Teresa is an alternate. Teresa will elevate. But I'm gonna have to get back to this board on, there still may be another regular position, but we're gonna need alternates too. So we can shake the bushes a little bit for that. So I'm gonna move Teresa Watford's nomination. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right. So we will do 10 through 13. Conservation Commission, as far as I know, all these folks would like to be reappointed. That would be Deborah Mapes, Peter DeLisa, Francine Gumkowski, Nina Delishny Regan. I'll move that. Is there a second?
Second.
Any comments? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right. All right. 14. I forget who's coming off. Oh, Sandra Roberts is coming off. David Fogel is currently an alternate, and I emailed him, and he said he'd be interested in being a regular member. So I'll move David. Is there a second?
Second.
And all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
All right. On HDC, Historic District Commission, Erin Silva is currently an alternate, and she is interested in being elevated. So we spoke to her. I'll move Erin Sleva, not Silva. I'll move Erin Sleva's nomination to be a regular member of the HDC. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, now, aye. Now we're back to inland wetlands.
Is historic district all 5 years? You're all 5-year terms?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can double check that. But, Inland Wetland Commission, we're back to Colin, Anna, and Jay Kulowick. I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
And that motion is to, reappoint and appoint, as regular members of the IWC. It's been seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. And then as an alternate on the Inland Wetlands Commission, Linda Kiefer, I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
All right. And we'll skip 20 and 21 for now. These are Lower Connecticut River Valley Council of Governments. These are members of our, I think Doug, I know Michael is planning. Doug, I believe, is also planning. So they're representatives to the COG for us, which is, thank them for that. They might actually be getting a little bit more business with this housing bill, because the housing bill is going to activate the COGs a little bit more. So I'll move Douglas and Michael to that position. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. Planning Commission, these are alternates. 24 and 25 only at this point, and that would be Megan Juflis and Dennis Tulamari. I'll make those motions to reappoint both Dennis and Megan as alternates to the Planning Commission.
Second.
Seconded by Jane. Any comment? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. I don't, had conversations with the DTC chair. I think we're gonna look for, someone from the RTC for the third seat there. Public Health Nursing Board, reappointment of this is number 27 of Priscilla Funk and Camille Broder. I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Shellfish Commission, Andy Pandiani and James Mitchell. I'll make that motion. These are reappointments. Is there a second? Did you second? I didn't.
No, is Andy?
I can second that.
Andy Saybrook?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Do you know
Aye.
them? And do you think they moved?
I thought so.
What?
Yes, I.
You think?
I
Okay.
thought so.
Well, let me
I'm
check
sorry.
on-
I should have caught that before.
No, no,
I
not at all.
apologize. I apologize.
No, don't. You know what?
They did move, but they may sell property in Saybrook.
Yeah, maybe that's,
They don't live in Saybrook
They
anymore?
moved their residence, but they may solve other property in Old Saybrook.
yeah, sorry about that.
Don't, Jane, do you, it's not
I
you.
didn't
it's
catch
me.
it when I
not
did
you.
the first row.
Let me just. I'll do that. Well, we can't appoint anyone who doesn't have. Isn't a, what do they call them?
Elected,
Electoral.
electoral.
An elector?
So let me verify, he may still be an elector, but he
Okay.
may not want to serve.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so,
Okay.
let me check that. WPCA, we have 3 appointments, and that would be Fred Strickart, Ian Featherstone, and Peter Stump, and we should thank them in advance. I will make those, that motion to reappoint all 3.
Second.
Seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
ZBA, Jonathan Miles, served as an alternate, for the last at least 2 years, maybe longer. He is interested. I spoke with him today. Chris Costa has asked someone else who is considering it, and will get back to us. That still would leave a 3rd. So at the moment, I'm simply asking, well, I will make a motion to appoint alternate member Jonathan Miles to the ZBA. That will be the only alternate appointment at the moment to ZBA.
Second.
Okay. Any comments, questions? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Zoning Commission. These are current alternates. Yeah, okay. That would be Casey Costello Hand, Michael Kelly, and Brenda Dyson. I've confirmed with all 3 that they want to continue on being alternates. And I would like to make that motion. We can by the way, we can separate anytime anybody wants to. I'm doing this way, but I will make that motion for Brenda, Michael, and Casey.
Second.
Seconded by Jane. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, building official. So there's 2 appointments here, building official and fire marshal, that they're in a union. They probably shouldn't be in a union, but they were put in the union a long time ago because they're statutorily protected positions. So they have state statute protection, so they're not political appointments, and they were put in the union. But they do have to be appointed by statute. So it's really more of a formality that we're reappointing Thomas Makowicki, and I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Tom's done a terrific job over the years, and obviously wants to continue being building official. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Town engineer is Jeff Jacobson. He's our consulting engineer. They've been our consulting engineer for over 30 years. Every project that you see in town has been designed by Jacobson. Probably everyone that's going on right now and that will be going on has been designed by Jacobson's firm. They are a municipal only engineering firm. They don't do any private work, so they do not have conflicts. They do very good work. So I'll make that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Fire Marshal, I'm pleased to appoint Nelson Wang starting December 1st. Is there a second?
Second.
I think I've already introduced Nelson here. So after December 1st, please feel free to introduce yourself to the Fire Marshal. Obviously, he'll be on the road a fair bit, but he will also have office hours, which is unlike the situation we had prior.
Just want to make a
Yes.
typographical error. It's
Oh.
due to expire on the 2027.
Yes, and we want to do that for the building official,
All three of those.
town engineer, and fire marshal. Yes, that typographical error, those should be 2027 expiration. Thank you for pointing that out. So that is noted in the record. So I'll move Nelson. Is there a second? I think we might have already.
I think already.
All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Tree warden, Bill Claffey. Bill is officially a tree warden. He took the course this fall. And he's been doing a terrific job, very diligent, getting everywhere he needs to get. I have also learned that it is frequently the public works director in other towns that is the tree warden, because it's again a stipend position, and it's just easier for someone who's employed with the town to be doing that job. Previous to this, it was Jim Kiley, who worked for Save a Tree. So I'll move Bill Claffey's appointment. Is there a second?
Second.
By Jane, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
44, Emergency Management Director, I will move William Onofrio to that position. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Jane. I'll just make a quick comment. We do not have a deputy in place yet. There is a structure for an emergency management director and a deputy. I'll bring that to the board at a later date. But at this moment, we don't have that. And this is again a 2-year term to expire in November of 27. It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. And the only thing that's left on the agenda is an adjournment. So I'll move to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?